All right, today we are starting this part of it today, systems of equations and two variables. So we're going to have two equations, two variables, and we're going to solve for them. So the first thing I just want to remind you of what a system of equations is. It's two or more equations containing the same variable. In our case, we're only going to just have two equations. Most of the time it's going to be x and y. And what we want to find is a solution to the system. So the solution is an ordered pair or pairs that satisfy each equation. We are graphing today, so in our case, the solution is going to be where the point where the lines cross. So wherever our two lines intersect, that's going to be our answer. We are going to graph, but we're going to let a calculator help us. So if you have your graphing calculator, if you don't have one, then you're going to have to graph both lines and figure out where they cross. But this walks you through step by step. Step one, entering them in. Make sure first your equations are in slope-intercept form. So our first one is, so y equals negative x minus 7. For our second one, I would need to put it in slope-intercept form to make it 5x plus 5. So I enter them in, I graph them, and then we go through this part. So make sure that you can work through this example and get your answer down here at the end. Then work some on your own for what we're doing, but here is a couple other options. So here they intersect at one point, so our answer right here would be -2, -5, and you would write your answer as an ordered pair. Another option is if our graphs look like this and they're parallel, they never cross, then our answer is no solution. So if that happens in our calculator, you write no solution. Another option is if our line is exactly the same. Notice when I put these in, I have the same line. If you get the same line, your answer is infinite many solutions. So here you have 6 problems you can work, use your calculator, graph them, see if you can get them right. The answers are all on my next slide, so work some and then check them. You can go back and forth, see if they're right or wrong, and so that you know what you're doing. But you will have to graph correctly. So remember, we know how to graph. If I were to graph this first line, my y-intercept is -4, so I'd go down here to -4. My slope is -2, which means I go down 2 over 1. And then I would draw in my line. I would suggest using rulers since you're looking at where they cross. If I graph my second line, I'm at -4. This time it's a slope of 2, so up 2 over 1. My answer is where they cross. Well, they cross right here at this point, which is the point 0, -4, so that is my solution. Okay, so you can graph all these by hand, figure out where they go. You can also let the calculator, but you have to draw the graph on your homework. Okay, so that's all we're doing today is graphing, looking at our different answers. These down here, this one you're going to get decimals on, so make sure you can use your calculator. If you have questions on something, please let me know, but otherwise it's just working through these, see if you can get your right answers. That's all we were doing today, and then we had a homework sheet, so let me know what questions you have.